French, Montana. The latest victim of a home invasion robbery, and a scary one at that.
Early this morning, around 6 in the morning, two armed men, at least two armed men, broke into his house and held French and perhaps others. We're not sure yet. Police are still on the scene right now, but French and others in the home were held at gunpoint. And
they took stuff too.
Yeah, they made off with stuff. Nobody had to be hospitalized, so we don't think anybody was seriously injured.
Well, we don't know if there could have been injuries. We don't know,
but nothing requiring hospitalization.
Nothing requiring hospitalization. But this is a scary situation, and there is history here too in terms of the house that was invaded.
Yeah. He bought it from Selena Gomez a couple years ago, and if you remember, this is a home she essentially had to sell because she kept having issues with stalkers showing up to the place, and you'd think, okay, gated community, there's a guard there, but that's not the case here. It's only a gate with a remote. There's no humans watching it, and you think the length it takes for one of these gates to open and close, anybody can get in.
Yeah, you just drive in or walk in, which is apparently what happened. The weird thing to me about this, and I don't know why maybe this is a stupid point, I just think whenever I hear like 5 or 6 in the morning, it's like these things usually happen when people are sleeping.
You think normally they want to hit when it's dark.
When it's dark and when you're sleeping. That's right. And it's odd to me. It is odd to me. Now, we don't know whether the police are being they're holding it close to the vest because obviously they're looking, but we don't know whether they had masks on, whether they were able to ID who these guys are. But it is, it's
interesting that to me, the interesting thing is that Selena had so many problems with that house. And yet,
French knew, right?
And French knew, obviously had to know. I mean, someone in his camp, if French didn't know, had to know because those
we were
big
posting
stories.
it on TMZ all the time.
And they still bought the house.
At the same time, though, these were super fan stalker types.
Yeah, they were stalkers.
So
maybe
guys
with guns showing up.
Right. Once Selena's gone,
But then it just raises this.
But it raises a security point that people were getting in.
But I have to make a point because we're talking about the gate, and we're saying that the gate may be the key here, that there's no guard and everything else. That is not the case with all of these. I mean, if you remember, the Kardashians have had multiple problems with people getting on their property.
Even when there was and they had a guard.
They have a serious guard gate there with guards, yet they're still able to get on. And Charlie Sheen, remember his house up in Mulholland, remember they stole his car right off his driveway and they drove it off the cliff?
Weird situation, remember? Yes, I do remember that.
But there was somebody else in that community. But anyway, look, in LA, there are these fancy gated communities where people pay a ton of money to have guard gates and to feel secure. And what we're finding is that it's not as secure as you think. It is just not as secure as you think.
Hey guys, it's Sarah from Toronto. I find it's weird how multiple people were in French's house when this happened, but no one noticed anything even until the morning. I get his house is really huge, but he lives in a gated community and he can probably afford some better security. This actually kind of reminds me of the bling ring, but hopefully they find out whoever did this.
Yeah, well, we should be clear about something.
This was a home invasion. They knew.
They knew when they came in. What she's talking about, there was a delay in calling the police. Police weren't called until 9 o'clock.
It is weird.
We've been told. So
it's a little weird.
Is a little weird. Yeah.
It is a little weird.